Hello everybody and welcome to episode 1 of Momentous Doge. This is a game against regular opponent Dave, who's been kind enough to be the first official game of the stream. I win kick, say hi to Dave. There's his cards, there's my cards, you can pause those if you want. This is going to be, spoilers, not the greatest game to kick off the channel on, but hashtag content. There you go. It's what you got. So, we have 6 from each of us. I've elected to leave Flint off the pitch. This is a terrible matchup to do this in, but I submitted to some heckling from Dave where he alleged that I don't play Mallet enough. And that's true because I hate Mallet. This might be jeopardizing my membership to the Masons Orthodox Church, but I don't think Mallet's very good. 3-inch is a great rule. It's not good enough to save that player for me. He's just too slow. Too slow. So, what's going on here is I've deployed, Dave's deployed. I put Lucky down the bottom of the screen because I was scared he was going to kick to that space with the rough ground, and I wanted to at least be able to raise the stakes there. Turns out, I forgot to cover the other side of the field because I've got Mallet so fucking slow. So that spot in the middle of the forest is pretty much perfect to root me. It's an excellent scatter for Dave. The only way I can pick this up is if Harmony runs and then dodges with acrobatics. That does make my linked goal very sketchy though. I'm not a big fan of this. I'll sort of get tilted by this. I have a big problem with getting tilted by kicks. Whether they fail or go well, not great. That could have gone worse for me, I suppose, but I'm not sure about that. Harmony will kick to space, and it will scatter to Honor Marbles, and I'll take the Honor Intercept. He's just sort of moving his dudes up, getting some equity in the pitch space, I suppose. This is a terrible activation from Brick. I didn't give him any influence, which is going to turn out to be a horrendous mistake, because he's wanting to go sideways here to allow Marbles to have a good countercharge bubble and not expose himself to Catalyst too much. The problem is, he's now behind a box miles away from anything. And all my players are going to have to go quite far up the pitch. So until the middle maybe next turn, he's just nothing. And I really can't afford to play a player down, especially a slow player. So here Honor is kicking to Mallet. This gets me my momentum. I choose not to dodge here because I don't want to be too far up. That's probably going to be incorrect. She's going to superior strategy herself and just walk. If I'd taken the dodge here, I'd be on no momentum, but it'd also be closer to the opponent's goal. At the moment, that doesn't matter, but it's going to get real relevant when I forgot Calculus has blind. That's a pretty big thing, and it's gonna come back to bite me here. So he's just going, oh, I'm gonna move up in blind. You can't see my soul leave my body, but I'm basically dead here. It's killing my will to live. It's not great. He puts down his AoE, and I just sandbag an activation with a Lucky Run to give me some time to think. Kind of panicking, to be honest, at this point. It's not going well. My turn 1 is, if not in jeopardy, entirely down the tubes at this point. It's not good. So he just dirtles up with Mercury, takes a shot at Honor, and gets the Smoke Momentum again, which is really nice for him. He's got 2 Smoke Momentums and a Decimate Momentum, which is Dece plus for him. I just moved Marbles up to get some semblance of the countercharge bubble back. This might have been a mistake, but Dave doesn't capitalize on it to kill Marbles early. Not sure if he actually could have. I thought he could have gone with Smoke and put a condition on Marbles and just killed him with Catalyst, but fair enough. I don't think he wants to expose Catalyst to my team for that. I thought it would have been quite a impactful play, which takes out my ability to maybe keep Honor alive and go for a monkey takeout, maybe? Turns out he doesn't need it, so it's fine. Mallet goes in, taps Decimate, and now I'm thinking about where to drop the ball. Turns out I can't actually drop it to Honor, I'm just mills out. So, problems. I really don't want to leave it on Mallet, because at 3-2, I feel like he's still more accessible than either of my team. Honor's going to get to go again, so putting it on her at 3-2 doesn't make me as sad. In the end, I drop it onto Harmony, which is okay, I think. The 5s isn't as vulnerable to Decimate either. See the little Momentous Doge in the background? Gotta love them. Say hi, Molly. So here we're sort of talking about how fucked I am a bit. And asking some questions about Dave's players that I've forgotten, learning from my calculus mistake. In the end, I'll sort of play with some widgets a bit, just lose a bit more time here. I'm feeling not great, looking at this after the fact, about how far down on time I am against Dave. Like, it's not that much, but it is meaningful to me, I suppose. Here, Smoke is just coming up. I thought something different would happen. I thought he would go after the ball with Smoke, but I'm not a Smoke player. So he's just going to smash all the conditions around, do his thing. This is going to turn out to be, while not damage impactful, putting that entire flank of my team on fire and me not really having enough momentum to clear it does impact on my ability to play a real game here. So Honor's going to go into Decimate and hope to salvage some momentum. He's going to stance and counter, which I felt was a bit maybe, I don't want to say greedy, but excessive. Here I've gone up to 3 and he's gone to 0 because he doesn't actually get anything after I push dodge. Not ideal. So that first turn was a bit of a shamozzle. There's really no other way to describe it. I did not play well, and Dave did play well, and that's going to affect the rest of this game. I'm now in, I would think, a significantly disadvantaged position. I do get to go first, thanks to my 3 momentum lead, but the best I can really hope for here is a goal, and it can't be an unassisted goal. I'm going to have to link for it. If I don't take that linked goal, he's just going to strip that ball and hide it. So that's what I elect to do. I put 6 on Honor, 3 on Harmony. This is after I allocated 1 to Marbles and then was like, shit, can I put it back on Harmony? And Dave's a nice guy. Didn't give me too much shit. So here Honor just goes into Decimate, and I remember why I hate 4-1s. 4-1s are the pits. Honor gets basically jack shit here. And then Decimate gets to counter. Whoop whoop. Decimate gets double dodge. Because why not? He tries to take 3 dodges, but then remembers he's a mere mortal double dodger. So what's going on is I'm rooted. Honor is going to have to use Quick Time here to get anything. So she's going to Quick Time into Smoke and out of Decimate. I'm not sure this is correct, but I kind of have to. I'm giving Smoke another opportunity to do something, but I don't want to be sitting next to Decimate, to be honest. They're both 4-1s, and I have a vain hope that I might kill Smoke, but I'm not gonna. So here I'm widgeting out Harmony's linked goal. I've only actually managed to get 1 momentum, so I'm not going to get to bonus time, and that's going to play into how this is going. I'm going to toilet bowl a lot of time thinking about this. but I don't entirely regret that. I need to have this goal go off, because if I don't, the game's over. To be honest, that's too common a feature in my games. Here, I'm dithering over whether I want to be out of all three and taking a 4 dice 4s, or in Catalyst and taking a 3 dice 3s. In the end, I'll just take the Flask Free Strike on a box. He's not really going to get it. He'd have to hit pretty much everything to get the tackle. And I think 3 dice 3s, even just psychologically, is easier for me. So I'm going that route. Here we're sort of talking it through. This is sucking down even more of my clock. Going to put me like 10 minutes down on clock. I feel great about that. But, you know, it's getting value out of your weekly game. So if you look at this table after I've done this, it's a nightmare. I've just put 9 of my influence into a goal first activation, and he's got the whole table. 3 of my players are on fire on the wrong side, so that's going to be at least a turn for them to get back into any reasonable shape. And he gets to kick the ball out to the other side. So that's just a shamozzle, really. He makes good use of this, though. He goes with all the right players at all the right times. He's saying hi to English Dave there with the Shrewsbury Biscuits. He's playing this turn quite well, actually, to be honest. And I'm not. What's going on here is both Harmony and Honor are pretty much guaranteed to die. Vetcat, at the very least, will total Honor, total Harmony. And he has plenty of activations to get Honor into a dead-ish state. He's gone first with Calculus to blind Mallet, which is my only remaining influence. He gets to charge. He elects to charge Smoke and just does some shit. He completely blanks the charge, which is nice. But on the second, completely blanks it because of a death stance. But on the second swing, third influence, he does get his singled out. That's actually irrelevant. But I want the momentum for reasons. There's no gain there, really. I just have to accept that this turn is pretty much done. Here, I'm putting marbles in the best position I can. That's really my only activation left that will do anything. It's not good, to be honest. I've got 2 momentum, which is just Harmony and the singled out momentum. Here, Vetcat, oh no, this is Mercury going. Mercury's just going to tickle Harmony up a bit. This is taking Vetcat from a probably to a definitely kill her. And it's pushing him closer to double tapping Harmony and then Honor, which does make the game a lot more open shut for him. He is going to easily smash Harmony off. Going to get a charge on Honor, and my marbles placement isn't good enough. The tangent off Mercury, safe as houses. So that's Honor dead. Intensify's a cool rule. Turns out Intensify's 3, not 2, like I thought. So he's hitting Mallet with it too. Just value. Non-stop value. Here, he's making some checks on Mallet, who is just in 3, because I'm not happy or great, really. To be honest, this is just a shit show. So he goes up. He doesn't witness me here, which I think is correct. There's no reason for him to. And he is up a bucket load of momentum, so he gets to go first next anyway. Making that a Catalyst activation. He's just getting infinite value out of Catalyst. This is one of the better Catalyst games I've seen. Here, Dave learns that when you place into an AoE, whether you're Smoke or Hearn or whatever, you can't pick up the ball then. You actually have to move. It doesn't affect his plan here, but it is relevant to know. So, turn ticks over, and I take all my damage from conditions. And to my ego, this is subpar. Might be a generous description. Here he charges to engage marbles, so it doesn't get countercharged off, and stay out of brick. He's saying this, but all I'm hearing is tinny noise while my brain goes down the tubes. He's allocating, having pre-measured his charge because he's going first. This isn't giving away any information to me. This is obviously what's happening first, and it's nice for him to be able to measure with precision what's going to happen. Here, the white noise in my brain, I just measure it again. I'll put 6 on honor because there's really no other good place for that influence. It's a bit of a problem here. I'm admitting that Mallet's dead. There's no way that isn't happening. So I pretty much have to. I put 1 on marbles, which is going to turn out to be okay, but a bit of a risk. He's going to he's going to kill Mallet, and the Intensifier is going to trigger Loved Creature, which, while not swinging this game, is going to have a material impact. Being able to offset the covers is quite nice. Use my little Rip Marbles token there. This is a bit sketchy for me. I'm checking that if anything can happen, it's just not. So I'm going to take one of my lowest value activations left. I didn't realize that I could take Harmony here. I sort of was still holding out hope of a linked play, but that's not going to happen. So Lucky raises the stakes. He pushes Flask sort of in the way-ish, and I'm widgeting out going round Flask. Here I start thinking about, what if I get 2 push dodges on a 4-1, 3 deep in my book? I could get to Smoke, tackle the ball, and score. What I don't realize is that he gets to counterattack. So 4-1s, yo. That doesn't go so well. I get 2 damage, which is reasonable. He gets a double push, and that's lucky done. 3 influence down the tubes. Not very happy, to be honest. That's just bad. This is not good. Here, he has all the agency, and I am sad. So what he's thinking about here is he's going to take a calculus activation. He's going to dump some, poison AoE. He's going to dump a poison AoE for a momentum and come up, and he's going to try and blind Brick. He's going to have to trigger the countercharge here just to be in range. I'm going to take the marbles countercharge. I don't think I'm going to get a more profitable one. And saving my 3 influence from being blinded is going to be a big deal. If that influence is blank, I'm not sure how I save this turn. So he's going to get his push, even though he stances, which is possibly average, possibly not. Regardless, we're going to push him out of 8 of Brick. He's going to blind marbles as retaliation. But that doesn't really hurt me. I get the goad off on Smoke. This is mostly to try and stop that goal. He's on 8. Anything I can do to make that goal slightly more difficult is not only good, it's necessary. At this point, I'm basically shallow breathing, hoping Dave lets me get back into the game. We have a couple of sandbag activations here. Mercury does some durdles, and then Harmony sort of takes a sandbag activation. I'm thinking about, making a leaning tower of marbles as tokens at this point. Decimate's going to come in here, and he's going to kill marbles. This is to get rid of the goad, which I don't think he actually needed to, but I'm not super confident. He doesn't get to run if he does that, but I'm pretty sure he's measured at some point that Smoke is out anyway. Decimate is going to total marbles in record time and take a second win. Turns out, if he'd second winded a bit further over the other side, this might have been a lot better for him. As it is, he's just sort of given me a little bit of breathing room. Marbles is dead, which means Honor's punching game is subpar, you might say. But somewhere in here I realised that Catalyst dying has given me 2 points, which Dave has handily ticked up during my brain fade white noise stage. Instead of activating Honor, I'm going to go with Brick. Brick's just sort of going to charge Flask and pop him off. This isn't any real great plays. This is just getting Brick up to provide a bit more of a forbidding countercharge. Back where he was in less of Dave's headspace, and at this point I've realised that I'm somehow back up on time, and the only real way I'm not going to kill a player, so the only way I'm going to win this is if I get some clock points. Dave's down to 8.5 minutes here. Smoke's going to move and trigger Brick's countercharge. She's in base-to-base with Lucky, so it doesn't really do anything. He's going to knock her down and smash her away. She's just going to stand up, but that gets me a momentum and gets me Brick further in, so he's crowding out and threatening free strike knockdowns on a lot of these players. Which, it's not like the end of the world here, but that's getting me some value, I suppose. He's kicked with Smoke to Decimate and dodged her off the side here. This is going to turn out to not be great for him, because Honor is going to run and substrate herself, and then walk and hit Decimate for a tackle. Decimate's going to counter, and he's not going to get the tackle. He's just going to get the dodge and go away so that I don't get my extra momentum. I'm going to spend to heal with Honor, I think, here, and then take the 2 damage from Decimate. This is a bit clutch here. I will win the roll, even though I'm not feeling in control here, you might say. Oh no, I don't really, yeah, okay, duh. I don't win this roll. I am, however, going to try and scumbag move Mallet on to engage Decimate, but he's too slow. Story of my life. Story of my life. So Decimate's going to go in here. I'm going to counter. Decimate's going to get no tackle and not dodge away, because that would be dumb. Honor is going to double dodge, and then Decimate's going to second win and go back to engage her. So he just gets another chance at countering me. We trade some punches here, and Honor gets away in the end. This is sort of, now that I think about it, a lot of 4-1 2 deeps chained together, and none of them wrecked me. So maybe I'm getting some dice equity back from earlier in the game, which is nice. I mean, it's probably a bit of bias, but I felt like I was getting raked by dice early in that game. And now it's sort of evening out. I'm going to end up in melee with Smoke. I don't know if this is good or bad, but I'm taking a tap in with like 4 dice, so whatever. I'm reasonably flush with momentum, so here I'm just getting greedy and thinking, oh, maybe I'll get to take out Smoke and I won't need those clock points. This is not correct in any way, shape, or form. Here, Dave is correctly seeing that we're very close to the end of the game, and that ball is only dangerous for him, because we're all so close to his goal. And Honor is sweet. So he's just going to put it out of play. I'm not sure if this is, like, strictly correct. I might have tried for a greedy-ass Smoke goal here, but I think she's out of range. I'll probably just have tried to be greedy-ass here. because I don't think Dave really has anything to lose. We're on 10-11, but you can see that Dave is going down in time a lot faster than I am, because I've just used up a shitload of my influence. He's going to be making activations here that I don't really think he needs to, but it's going to turn out to be reasonably moot anyway. What's going to happen is that Dave is going to clock out in one of these activations, and he's going to be one activation from the end of the turn, so it doesn't really matter. He's engineered a situation where Honor is going to be down on 3 points, and she'll die to fire in the maintenance phase, and he'll win. Problem is, he's forgot to bring Cat on Chicago Styles, and he's allocated the influence of Catalyst, but hasn't activated him yet. Dave's going to be a sport here and shake hands, because he's allocated the influence, so he kind of has to assume he has Catalyst on the table. At that point, 2 back-to-back clocked out activations will put me on the win instead of him. It's a bit of an anticlimactic finish to the game, but, you know, is what it is. Thanks to Dave for playing, and thanks to you for listening. Shout out in the comments if I did anything that's obviously wrong and or scumbaggy. Internet yell at me. Here's Dave getting through telling me exactly what's happening. I kind of thought I was fucked here. Turns out, sometimes you win, even when you don't deserve it.